Oh, okay. Let's see. Is my voice coming across very well? Hello, hello, testing. Just making sure it's not all crazy. It does appear we are live. Check my phone here. So glad I wasn't in any rush to check out that Samsung stuff because it looks like it's the exact same phones from last year. Wow. Are we peaking with the phones? It's starting to feel like we are. Okay, my thing shows that we're live. I'm getting an ad. So it's gonna give it a few more minutes. It does sometimes appear, especially on my phone. Hold on, let me see. Like I am a little saturated. Like I need a little less contrast. Do I have any filters on my thing? I have a sharpen filter. Let's do brightness and contrast. Color correction, maybe? Ooh, yeah. Here we go. It's not even on the right one. Wow. That's why. It's on the window. Where is the webcam? There we go. Give me the filters. Alright, still looking good. There you go. Alright, so yeah, it's the contrast. This one right here. Ah! Dark Collector, welcome to the stream. I came here to chew bubblegum and learned about the new figures, and I just ran out of bubblegum. Yeah, we actually have quite a bit of a docket. It was such a heavy docket. And yeah, I know the contrast is crazy right now. Let me lower that a little bit. Yeah, right about there. It's actually not too bad. You lower the gamma a little bit. I also don't want it to look all washed out. Okay, yeah, now I'm seeing myself in the preview, and that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty good. All right, we'll leave it there. All right, that's perfect. Cool. Yeah, we actually have quite a bit on the Google Keep to the point where I might not even wait too long to start because I do want some of these topics, and because, as some of you have noticed, there was so much that I went and tackled one of the topics off stream as its own separate video, kind of with the like similar setup right here, similar aesthetic and everything, but I don't know what that is. But as its own separate pre-edited video, and I had to upload it, which is of course discussion on the Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man, and I mostly disclosed what I wanted to talk about regarding that Spider-Man in that video, so I don't really want to repeat myself too much. But at the same time, I do kind of want a little bit of the preamble to the stream to kind of be talking about that figure, and to just kind of re-ask, I guess you could say, some of you guys' question. Re-ask you guys, what do you guys feel about the Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man? What do you think it's going to be the price? Like I said, I am hoping and predicting $40. And it's funny because, God, I don't know what is happening with the community, but I had literally equal parts people saying 40 would be great and then 40 would be terrible. It should be 25 or 30. And I'm like, guys, you know that 25 is the figure with just like one set of hands and that's it. So the fact that they're adding all those hands, and this is Spidey we're talking about with a brand new mold, they need to make those costs back, whether you like it or not. And that's why I feel like 40 is such a perfect balance. And if it starts to skew past 40, I will start to feel the sting. But 35 would be wishful thinking. 30 is kind of pushing it to the realm of unbelievability, in my opinion. But what do you guys think about that so far? Kevin Herbert, welcome to see what DC figures are going pre-order. Is it just the 3? As far as I can tell, just the 3. those three collector's editions. What is it? Captain Cold, Power Girl, and Guy Gardner. Which I think Guy Gardner may or may not have gotten a little bit of an uptick in popularity after the Superman trailer, but we'll see. But as far as we can tell, we're only going to be getting a little bit of more information and disclosure next month in February. I imagine that maybe, considering how short of a month it is, I want to say maybe it's going to be either the beginning or mid. I don't think they're even going to wait until the end of the month. It's going to be sometime in the first half of the month that Marvel or Hasbro will probably say something. And I don't think it's even going to be a post stream. I think it's legit just going to be a social media post. If it's $40.99, then we rage at $40.99. But yeah, I am surprisingly happy with that figure. I just got an ad. I was a little. It's funny because I could have sworn. Actually, let me double check that. Because I could have sworn I have the monetization at like every 24 minutes. So hopefully that's not too egregious. Here we go. No, every 30 minutes. I don't know why there was one just now. Hopefully none show up in another 30 minutes. Huh. Alex Riley, welcome to the stream. Nate K, welcome. I think it's going to be $54.99. Yeah, $54.99 is going to be pushing it in my opinion, but I'm praying that it's not. It's funny because in the video game space, we're also doing something very similar with another recent reveal, which is the Switch 2. Are any of you guys excited for the Switch 2? The reveal, the very passe reveal by Nintendo that admittedly wasn't as hype as we were hoping for because of all the leaks. Like, they leaked so much that it really did kind of take the wind out of the sails of this Switch reveal. And a lot of people within the industry are doing the same thing as far as like, okay, when is it going to come out? What's the pricing going to be? Yada yada. For the Switch 2, for example, there's some industry insiders and analysts are saying that 400 would be a sweet number, and I predict the same thing. After looking at like all the specs and all that stuff, 400 would be sweet. If they push it past 400, I would say 450 would be okay. But once you get to 500, it's like, well, you might as well just get a Steam Deck. Even an OLED Steam Deck, you might as well just get that. So it would behoove you to get that, or just wait until next year when there's like some more titles. It's not as dry, and maybe spend some of that money, not even the whole thing, just a little bit of that money on a Switch OLED. You get the better screen, not bigger but better, and you can still play all your current Switch titles. My opinion. New Spidey looks good. What do you think about the new Venom 85th anniversary and Retro Carnage? Are those Marvel Legends figures? Which ones were those? Retro Carnage. Were those revealed recently? If you're talking about the Retro Carnage with the Retro card, that was a Target exclusive. I reviewed this. Because if you're talking about this one, the one that's like $24.99 Target exclusive, it comes with like the little hack and the axe. Yes, Marvel Legends. Okay, then yeah, I reviewed this. Check out the channel. I don't know if you've seen it already, but yeah, the review's on the channel. I liked it, actually. I actually kind of dug it. There's still, some elements to it that feel a little gummy as far as like the plastic allocation, but outside of that, it was actually pretty good. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'll definitely be checking routinely to see what Marvel. I mean, I follow Dan on Twitter. I follow Marvel Legends, and then of course Paternia. A lot of the toy community people, insiders that whenever Marvel has something coming down the pipeline, I always go on there and be like, hey, you know, they post something out, they retweet it, or even on Instagram. If anything, I think I should probably take care of this after the stream. I should go on Instagram and follow Toy Shiz. I have them in my like algorithm, but I've never really bothered to full on follow them because they post a lot of stories. And every so often I think to myself that's going to be spamming my feed, but at the same time I feel like now, especially entering 2025, I should probably make that a regular thing to do. How far away is this? La Mirada. Seme, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I know it's Russian, but welcome to the stream. Yeah. Damn it. That was crazy. Venom versus Riot and Agony, Marvel Legends. Is that like big box? I think I also did cover that. Yeah. So Alex, I recommend checking out the channel to see if any of them have already been covered in the review. Just hit the search bar and type it in, because I've already covered them. Those I wasn't so warm to, however, if I'm being honest. Okay, so how long has it been? Yeah, it's been a little bit over 10 minutes. So I'm honestly going to go ahead and get started. Because, like I said, one of the main topics, it was actually pretty much a very bolstered stream as far as like the Google Keep and everything that was kind of piling on, that I decided to jump a little bit, take advantage of also the house being a little alone. I think it was yesterday or the day before. No, it was Monday. My mom had to go and take care of something, and I was like, you know what, I can actually like speak a little louder and be a little bit more emotive. So I went and filmed my opinions on the Maximum Spider-Man revealed by the Marvel Legends guys on the stream Friday, which was a pleasant surprise. On top of that, they also covered the final No Way Home edition, which is No Way Home Electro, which I'm a little lukewarm, kind of indifferent. I know that pre-orders are probably going to be at the end of this month, I believe. But I gotta be honest, I'm not really looking out for it too much. Maybe in passing, I'll put down a pre-order on Amazon because I know Amazon doesn't charge until it ships, and so I can at least secure a pre-order and then just kind of have time to think about it. And hopefully, in that time, Amazon will let me know like, hey, we're about to drop this. That Miles Morales, I'm intrigued, but at the same time, the buck looks a little too familiar, and then the head sculpt looks a little sus. It looks a little too old. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of those memes that were coming out when they revealed the most recent Norman Osborn from that new Spider-Man cartoon that's going to be debuting on Disney Plus. Which, by the way, are you guys going to be watching the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show on Disney Plus? I honestly will watch it, but primarily for the content. Primarily for the content. Because I will try to binge that show and get to that show so I can put out a video. Because, I feel like I haven't really been covering Spider-Man on the channel too much. And this is meant to be a Batman and for those of you who are new to the channel, it's meant to be a Batman and Spider-Man centric channel. Not just for action figures, but every so often if there's the movies or the shows or even the games, then the intention is to want to make content on that. And considering we have a new animated Spider-Man show that's, getting people to talk, let's put it that way, I feel like I probably need to talk about this. And it drops, I think, in literally a week, the 29th. So as soon as it drops, I'm going to see if I could watch it. And typically there's certain shows like this, I kind of wait for me and my girlfriend to watch. But considering that this is Spidey, I'm like, yeah, I think I actually might have to cheat on her a little bit and just binge this. Especially since I think, how many episodes is it going to be? Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Autofill in Norman. Episode count. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man consists of 10 episodes in total with they're not dropping it all? Shit. I gotta be honest, I thought it's 10 episodes, but they're only dropping 2 on the 29th. Shit. shit. So I'm not binging. I thought I was gonna binge. It's crazy. Okay. So let me see what the calculations are here. Episodes. Oh, they're sandwiching. So basically, the first two, the 29th, followed by the next. Oh! Ooh. They kind of are and they kind of aren't. I don't know what this says about the quality of the show. So they're not doing. Because me and my girlfriend have actually started watching Creature Commandos recently. We're actually almost done. We're only 2 episodes left. But, we're trying to find the time. They were confident enough to do a 2-episode premiere, but then after that, it was just an episode a week. Kind of like your typical HBO show. Until the very end. They're not doing that with Spider-Man. They're not doing that with the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. They're doing the first 2 episodes next week, the 29th. And then they're dropping 3 on February 5th. That following Wednesday. Another 3 on the 12th. And then the final 2 on the 19th. Like, honestly, I feel like they need to do one thing or the other. They either need to do weekly episodes like they were doing with all these Disney Plus shows and with Max was doing with Creature Commandos, or just drop it all in one day. Especially if each wait, hold on. Do they mention what each episode length is gonna be? I mean, it's animated. It can't be longer than like 20-something minutes. Someone on Reddit says that the average range is going to be between 27 to 30 minutes, and the finale is, I think, a little over 30 minutes. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's actually on here. Yeah, between 27 and 30 minutes. Half an hour. But at the same time, like 30 minutes, that's fine. But just the release schedule is so goddamn weird. That is so weird. So I'll keep you guys posted of how I'm gonna tackle that show from a content perspective. Did you watch Venom 3: Last Dance, Alex? I did not. Frankly, though, it doesn't matter because I've already been spoiled thanks to good old boomerang of an app that won't stay dead, TikTok. After I watched Cartoon Ultimate Spider-Man from Disney, personally, I don't like it. Hey, Comic Guy, welcome to stream. David, you coming to the Roast and Toast tonight? Your submissions were awesome. Thank you, Comic Guy. The intent is to watch it. I believe it's like, 5:30 Pacific time? So 8:30 Eastern tonight. I know it was supposed to be last week, but it got delayed due to the fires. Which I believe there's still, like, a new one just broke today. It's called the Hughes Fire. Oh, my God, damn. And my current job that I actually just started doing contract work was saying, hey, next week we might move into the studio or to the office, and we might be able to convene personally. And now with this new fire, I'm like, are we? We'll see. So in my opinion, creators don't even try to make good to Spider-Man cartoons that are downgrading. Well, Alex, that's not just Spider-Man cartoons. I want to say to all Spider-Man content in general. I mean, look at Madam Web, Kraven the Hunter. Like, it's something had to give. And I think it's happening now. Royal Freak, welcome to the stream. Well, let's just wait and see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm still gonna watch it. If something's good, it's good. I like that, despite the memery and the eyebrow raising at what they did with Norman Osborn, on the bright side, Coleman Domingo is voicing him, and I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of perfect. He's awesome. He can do that, like, deep, like, I'm watching you kind of voice. I'm like, all right, I can hear it. I can see it. Did you recommend Fonjoy the Batman? Just said, did you ever watch my review? Because no, I don't. I really hope that they will head swap the Maximum Spider-Man for a classic one and repaint him accordingly. But when you say repaint him, like, you want him to look more like the tried and true McFarlane cover, because if they do, I think that was probably their out to make sure that they didn't step on any legalities with Todd. Maybe that's what they're doing. Yeah, the Hughes fires in Southern California. Yeah, it's around San Diego. My parents are in my. Nate, is it San Diego? Because I read somewhere that it was Santa Clarita, which is a little up northern than San Diego. It's kind of like right between where I am and San Diego, like a halfway through. Like I'm not in close proximity, but let's just say that if I was to go into this brand new office that me and the coworkers are trying to nail down, it's like, are we gonna be able to? Hmm. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I heard rumblings that kind of sound like an earthquake, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't feel anything. Yeah, I just saw my face on the feed. I'm like, even I'm like, what is that? Marvel Select Venom is great, and Carnage. The Marvel Select figures, like it's like statues trying to be action figures. Where in terms of looks, they're great, but then ever so often when you try to bend the articulation, it just feels kind of weird. It's just something kind of off about him. I only have one Marvel Select figure, which is Deadpool, and when he's static, he looks awesome. But when I try to pose him, he never like flattens down on the ground as far as his feet are concerned. And I hear like Diamond Select is doing badly, like they're going bankrupt or something. Then again, I think it's trash day today, so maybe that was a trash truck that I heard. Okay, so it's almost been 23 minutes. We've kind of, we've covered, some little addendums, some little added bonus opinions on that whole Marvel Legends stuff, but I said what I had to say in that video. If you guys want to know my full opinions on the Maximum Spidey that was revealed recently by Marvel Legends, along with a couple of the other Spidey related stuff in the Hasbro Pulse Marvel Legends fan stream from Friday, which, even apart from the Spidey stuff, I still think that they did a decent job of commenting and covering some other stuff as part of the other waves. And like I said, I felt like as far as pacing, it was consistent, keeping it very minimum, under 40 minutes. And even though there were a couple of awkward moments at the beginning, there was, I think, one jab at the fans at the beginning that I was like, oh, here we go, YouTube poop time. But it was literally the one time. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to make a whole video or a whole little mini edit on just literally one moment in the video. That's why I left it alone. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna, I'm not going to do that. So let's move on to our first topic here. This past Saturday, I believe it was January 18th, we had something called Geeking Out here in Southern California. Geeking Out is an annual sort of conference event for toy collectors held by Toy Depot in La Mirada, California. It's something that I try my best to not remember too much about because I am within driving distance and I was half tempted to go. Unfortunately, my girlfriend had to work, and I just wasn't moved enough to want to go by myself. Like, how do I put this? Basically, when it comes to like these events, I mean, I'm gonna say it. If you have a girlfriend, you gotta take the girlfriend, not just for bonus, bonus bragging rights, but also to make it feel more like a social event. You have an excuse to go to somewhere nice to eat afterwards. The drive feels a little bit more worth it, especially if maybe the shit hits the fan and maybe there's problems as far as logistics is concerned. At least you're not suffering alone. And so knowing that she had to work, I was like, well, I might as well pass this up. Plus, I was a little bit behind on that last video that I had to edit, which was the Flashpoint 2-pack. So I decided to take care of that. However, this event did go down in La Mirada. And for the most part, I gotta be honest, I thought it was just gonna be a very casual sort of collectibles showcase of things that are either being sold by other vendors and things like that. But little did I know that McFarlane themselves was actually gonna have a stand there, an actual propped up thing happening at Geeking Out 2025. And amongst that setup, they had quite a few things to kind of show off. And so I have a batch of photos and even videos. I'm going to tackle the photos first, because the photos, I got to be honest, I don't know who took them. They were simply just shared by Facebook account Statoverse, who ever so often likes to also kind of let us know when certain things are going up for pre-order or on sale or things like that have to do with McFarlane Toys. And so I kind of wanted to start off the photo reel here with one of the figures that's already out there, and I think the majority of us already have, which is, of course, the McFarlane Christopher Reeve Superman. They had that on display, but with a fully decked out Fortress of Solitude diorama that I am intrigued to figure out who exactly created this, see if I could commission them. But then over here on the side, we had a couple of other figures that, like I said, are a mixed match of things that have been released, things that are kind of slowly trickling out, like Wildcat. But then next to him, you have Noel Batman. You have the Crisis on Infinite Earths Robin. You have an upcoming pre-order that is not necessarily the biggest of deals, considering that it's a figure that I even kind of talked a little bit of shit for, which is the blackened out comic cover recreation thing that they're doing with the, black, because it's just an existing figure. They just redecoed it. It's like, okay, I'm not compelled to pre-order, to be quite honest, but that's just me. Then we have simply just a setup of all of the Batmobiles. Here at the front, we have the tumbler with the Christian Bale Batman, but then over there in the back, you can blatantly see the Forever Batmobile with the Kilmer Batman, Clooney Batman with his Batmobile. And then we have more, along with the one-to-one cowl of the Keaton. But then right behind the Forever Batmobile, you have the Keaton Batmobile, and then Keaton Batman himself. However, Keaton Batman, he's not in the next photo, damn it. We'll come back. We'll circle back, because there's something very unique about that Keaton Batman that you can kind of sort of see right there. In the meantime, though, the black suited variant of the McFarlane statue. More statues, a couple more statues, although I will admit, kind of a badass statue with the Batman Spawn variation right there, as well as the cover in the back. Cool. A little bit of a sharper photo of the McFarlane Toy Stories exclusives and some of the Spawn stuff, some more Spawn stuff. So one of the upcoming collector's editions that's actually going up for pre-order tomorrow, Captain Cold, with the different face plates, which is the right way to go. I'm actually kind of liking that McFarlane is embracing the face plates, the different hands, and the gun. Our first look at the Max Fleischer Superman, which is that original 1940s cartoon Superman with the very squinted eyes, the classic emblem to the symbol on the front, the very minimalist cape, although it does look like it's going to be a cloth cape once again. I wish that maybe we would have had some additional hands, but I feel like if we did, they were going to maybe toss this up to being a collector's edition, so maybe that's what they stopped them. There's a part of me, I don't know what it is, but there's a part of me that wishes they had like some kind of piece of debris or like a metallic bar that he bends, because he was doing that an awful lot in those cartoons. So I kind of wish he came with that, but that's just me. You could always use the one that comes with animated Superman, the 1990s animated Superman that they released a few years ago. There's that Guy Gardner with the goddamn haircut. But he was showcased at the event. And this is a big one. Also shown, and this is what really caught my attention, that I was like, God damn it. Damn it. Why did I not go to this event? Maybe I should have just said screw it and had gone even without my girlfriend. They showed the Batman Begins figure. And yeah, this one irritated me because I was going back and forth as to whether or not I should go. Girlfriend had to work, so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go by myself. I'm not gonna skimp out on you after I've already invited you. It's the out of courtesy. Then I saw these photos and I'm like, God damn it. I could have had some content to show you guys, firsthand with some vertical video, some photos. That would have been awesome. But at the same time, it is what it is, and that's how it worked out. But amongst the figures shown off at the McFarlane booth, they did in fact show off Batman Begins, who I think does look a little better than he did during the McFarlane Toy Show. Personally, I do. There's something about the head sculpt that I'm looking at and going, okay, even though it's a little separated here, it looks like maybe they refined it. It still looks like it's separated here, which I still think that they should have gone with the one whole piece, kind of like the Hushbuck, because I feel like that would have complemented this suit better, because that's literally how it was in the movie. He couldn't turn his head. He had to do the Keaton thing. But at the same time, it looks like they maybe refined it and coned it a little bit to look a bit like it's all one piece, but you can still turn the head. So maybe they found out an even compromise. It looks like you got wires with the nylon cape. And even though it is a little jarring around the mid-torso, looking a little flush, it looks a little less pudgy than it did in the show. But still, I have my reservations, especially when it comes to a little bit of the proportioning around the forearms. I think the forearms and the hands could have been a little on the bigger side, but that's just me. But it is incrementally looking a little better. And then here's what I wanted to circle back to here, which is that we had Keaton Batman, but he is sporting the elongated cape and the sticks to prop up said cape that was shown during the McFarlane Toy Show as the individual release. Now, we don't have any clear looks at the accessories. Those bonus accessories are going to be part of this standalone release, but it's good to see that this was kind of hinted at the show. And then to kind of cap off a little bit of what's going to be also be going up for pre-order tomorrow, we got the thickness. We got the thickness Power Girl shown off here. Unfortunately, she's going to be a little bit minimal on the accessories. Like it shows right there, it's just a cat. But you do have the wired cape. You do have the head and the suit and all of the other little assets, as well as this Flash. I got to be honest, who's this Flash? Because I don't know, as well as Tempest over there in the back. They showcased a little bit of Tempest. But this Flash, I got to be honest, again, I'm not very well versed on Flash, so I don't know which version of the Flash this is particularly. But if somebody could help me, name is Tron, does he read chat? Yes, I do. I have it pulled up here on my phone, but I was in a little bit of a train of thought. Just letting you know. And then that pretty much caps it off. So, yeah, they actually did manage to show quite a bit at this event that it did make me a little resentful that I didn't go. But at the same time, it's good to see that after a little while, it does look like these figures are going to be coming forward much sooner than anticipated. So I'm intrigued. So now let me catch up on chat now that I'm taking a break. Diamond filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah, Comic Guy, that's what I heard. Now, I don't know if that's only going to affect their comic book thing, or is Marvel Select going to be impacted by that? I don't really like Diamond Select. I bought the Anti-Venom, and he broke easily. Plus, they do smell strange. They smell a little too painty. I just talked to my mom today. They live on the borderline in San Diego. There are fires around there, too. There's been fires everywhere in South Cali. Yeah. Meanwhile, our government... Godslayer, welcome to the stream. His name is Walter West. Or the Wally West. The Wally West version. But yeah, name is John. Welcome to the stream. Dr. Nobody, the yellow symbol looks good. Dom Von Doom, I don't know if I welcomed you earlier. They cheap out to recover losses from missteps. Sammy, do you know why McFarlane can't make 6-inch figures? Well, it also depends on licenses. Like, there's certain 6-inch figures that they do, but it's for, like, the lesser stuff, like the Movie Maniacs, although those are just statues. The Music Maniacs, which do have articulation, but it's only, like, 1 point of the elbow, 1 point of the knee, and that's it. And they keep it at 6-inch, like the Freddie Mercury one. There's a couple of the DC Direct stuff that they've taken over. A few of the 1966 Adam West stuff that they did in 6 inch. But when it comes to like actual like fully articulated stuff, they have to bump it up to 7 inch because they do 6 inch. They're kind of getting into the market of what Mafex has a license over, Figure Arts has a license over, um, and yeah. So there you go. I'm pretty sure that there's other details that I'm kind of overlooking, but that's the crux of it. I can't wait to see Guy Gardner in the new Superman movie, and the Batman Begins Keaton figure look dope. LOL dope. And that Power Girl next to McFarlane's Wonder Woman. And here's the thing. I have seen some photos where people have compared the faces, and it does look like he might have retooled the Wonder Woman head with now a different wig and some added makeup. I was kind of expecting that, but at least they resculpted and reapplied certain things to the suit to fit Power Girl. You know, it's not like the same Wonder Woman armor but then repainted. It's like, no, they kind of tailored a new suit over that buck. It's like they're adding, like I said, there's tooling and there's sculpting enough happening that I'm like, I'm sorry, but there's been cases where I've seen Marvel Legends simply just take an existing Spidey and repaint it, and it's the same body. They didn't add any pieces on top. They didn't add, you know, some different mechanism to the articulation. They didn't add anything. So I don't know. Am I crazy? A little smarter? What do you mean, comic guy? Add glasses? And I'm not even being facetious. I'm like, I don't mind when women wear glasses. God damn it. As I have to take off my glasses to wipe my eyes. What was the Arkham Origins Batman in the thumbnail? We'll get to that, Namatron. There's no other chat. This is the only chat. I'm only streaming on YouTube. I'm not multi-streaming. I've been tempted with the multi-streaming now, especially since Twitch has gotten a little lax with their rules, but in terms of keeping track of the different chats would be a little bit of a hassle. And how many followers do I have on Twitch? Because I do have a Twitch channel, but I literally have not streamed on there in how long? Like 3 years? I have 386 followers. And my last stream, I don't even know because it's deleted it. I want to say I haven't streamed in 3 years because that's when the last highlight was. But that's it. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe coming up on 4 years because The Last of Us Part 2 was like my last full playthrough of a game there. Didn't that come out in 2020? Oh, we're coming up on 5 years. I'm sorry. Not 4 years. 5 years. No, but then the Uncharted movie trailer reaction. I did that and that was 3 years ago. That was less than that. That was way less than that. Yeah, so it's somewhere around the cusp of like 3 or 4 years. Now, as far as and then also what I kind of wanted to show off a little bit, huge shout out to a content creator that I actually do kind of like and was present at the Geeking Out showcase. So I'm going to be showing off a little bit of his content, but this is not mine. This is all content done by the one and the only Ahsoka the Geek. So he did some vertical video. I want to take a quick look at it here. Don't want to put audio just in case there's like music or whatever, but he was there present to showcase a little bit of the Batman Begins figure. You can see that right there. It's pretty similar to the photos that you guys saw. In fact, maybe Stateoverse took it from Ahsoka. Actually, now that I'm looking at the video, it kind of looks like maybe it was from Ahsoka. But there's Power Girl, and so Power Girl, along with Guy Gardner and Captain Cold, they're going up for pre-order tomorrow. Are any of you guys pre-ordering? I think I might actually try to pre-order Power Girl because I know she's gonna go quick. So I'm gonna try to get that minute 1. If I miss out in Tempest, I believe is from the Aquaman version of the universe. Max Fleischer, Superman, Captain Cold. So yeah, this is a pretty good vertical video. And like I said, I'm genuinely surprised that McFarlane had a display to begin with. Hold on, I think we have a... Ooh, he got to hold Batman Begins. Closer look at the display. Okay, from the side, that pudginess starts to come back a little bit. But the head sculpt does look better. Guy Gardner. Although I do like the smirk. Wally West Flash. Not too bad, but it's utilizing that same body. If I was a Flash fan, I would probably get a little bit more irritated because I can see that they're really utilizing those bucks quite an awful lot. There's the thickness. And if I do manage to secure a pre-order, should it be a short or should I do a full review of Power Girl? Something tells me I know what the answer to that is. The Keaton Batman. It just looks like more nylon though. I don't like not the biggest fan of nylon. But at least they elongated it so that it stretches into a full Batwing kind of a span. It's Wally South, you idiot. Dark Flash. Flash from an alternate universe. Yeah, well, name is John. I have no idea who Paul is. Shows you that I'm not reading the Spider-Man comics right now. The only recent comics that I'm interested in that I've been hearing good things about is the Absolute series. So Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, and see what that's about. And I guess we got one last one here by Ahsoka the Geek talking to a representative. Hold on. Let me see. Since this actually involves like a discussion, let me close this. Let me bring up desktop audio so you guys can hear as well, but also make sure I'm not blowing you guys out.
Show off this whole diorama. Everything here was built mainly by...
Hold up.
I want to show off this whole diorama. Everything here was built mainly by me, but I gotta give a shout out to Mr. G Toys. He's the one that built this
G Toys.
beautiful piece for me.
All right, so I know who exactly I'm
cool thing is I
hit up for that diorama.
and I ended up putting a light right into it. And then if you get this guy from Mr. G Toys, you put it right on top. Kind of goes together really well, right?
Look at that, beautiful.
I wonder what the process is to become a representative at McFarlane.
You got your whole display.
But at the same time, I wouldn't want to be.
This, so,
That would be, right? We can use this as a template, right?
look at that.
And then for this guy here,
Oh, and the BVS stuff is over there.
come again.
But again, that stuff has been out for like literally months now that it's
Intertwined,
why showcase it.
like little fish. What do you call them? Like kind of wire.
Oh, fish
wire.
wire.
That's sick though.
Yeah,
I would want one.
Like fishing wire, yeah. There you go. We'll call it fairy
Put
eyes.
them in there, you know.
But I'm gonna have to go on Etsy for it.
Into the cracks and stuff, and you can make it kind of light up. And if you look on the back, it's just battery pack.
Look at the ingenuity, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Turn it on, and it's a cool little display, man. And then I just printed a backdrop. I mean, typically when I do the photography for it, I'm using like my computer screen.
Oh, he's the photographer.
Backdrop like that also works.
He's the one.
I do
Okay,
wanna
hold on.
expand this, like, make it
Perfect
look
segue.
bigger, Kind of like my do with the back cave and stuff. Yeah.
Beautiful work, John.
Appreciate
And Mr. G Toys was the...
He toys, yeah. He makes a lot of cool custom stuff for us. Stuff for the toy community, and he was the one that I'm pretty sure he designed it and then 3D printed it. And
Jordan
dude,
Wheeler,
totally
welcome to
recommend
stream.
it. It
Facts,
worked
the
perfect.
fandom
I didn't
hates
use
him.
this
Hates
when I
who?
did the actual photo, but when I saw it, I
Oh,
was like,
Paul?
this is perfect, you know. So
I don't know who
it
he
just
is.
completed my diorama setup, you know.
Beautiful, John.
So I
Beautiful
don't
work.
gotta use glue sticks anymore. But the glue sticks do work, you know.
Look at that.
But I do recommend just getting something like that instead. You know.
So we want to show off this whole diorama.
Dark Collector says full review
Mainly by
for
me,
Power
but I
Girl.
gotta give it a shout out
What else do you guys say?
He's the one that built this.
All right, so that's done. All right, so it was pretty much. But hey, I was intrigued by that diorama, so it's good that Ahsoka followed through, came through with some information on the. Ooh, and we have a tag. Yeah, with him right here. Look at this. Made to. Hold on. How much? And that's the thing. Like, if you have a 3D printer, this would fix like so many problems, so many fucking problems. It's like he also does apartment exteriors. Look at this for Spidey, that Maximum Spidey that's coming out. I just don't really have like too much space to set it up. I really don't. Like, I just got the light box to do the reviews, and then that's it. Once me and the girlfriend finally move in, maybe I could have some kind of display, man cave thing type of setup. But hold on, let me check out this site. Over here on this side. Mr. G Toys. Huh. Oh, okay, that's clever. Diorama. Check it out. And honestly, that's not too bad. $40? But that's just for the computer bit there at the front. $40 not terrible, but at the same time, like, do we have information on the back, or was that too much? I think he made that just for McFarlane. He's like, yeah, that's too much. I'm only gonna do this once. However, and he's currently working on them. Right now, it's only for pre-order. This is a physical item that will be printed and shipped in a kit. Some assembly required. That's cool. I like to assemble stuff, just as long as it's not too tedious. This is made to order. Pre-order item. Figure and photos not included, of course. Fits 6-inch and 7-inch, so it's good for. And 75 doesn't sound too bad because you're still paying for the efforts, for the work. Like, somebody has this isn't some company. This is 3D printed by someone who's then gonna, put on the stickers and the paint, 3D printed themselves. They have to buy the resin and such. Even though I've never really ruled out the possibility of me getting a 3D printer. And if I do, he sells the files. Here's the file for that Superman thing. $15. So if I had a 3D printer, yo, I might have to check this guy out. What else he got? Oh, there's just him selling stuff on the side. Originals, displays. And the figures themselves. Interesting. Yeah, I'll keep that on tab. And again, shout out to Ahsoka the Geek for showcasing that. I wouldn't have found out otherwise. I desperately need Dark Knight Returns Blue Batman because it's my favorite comic, but I'm waiting for it to be $25. Like a $25 version of like the yellow symbol one. Hello, David. Been a long time in Twitch. Angry Ninja, if you remember. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's why the name seemed familiar. I was like, where did I see that name before? And yeah, like I said, ever so often I get slightly tempted to want to do multi-streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. But when it comes to like talking about action figures and stuff like that, I can tell that the main, the community is mainly on YouTube. Not Twitch is like for gaming or for like topical discussions and things like that. Granted, you're multi-streaming, so it's not like you're necessarily losing anything except the hassle of keeping track of two chats. You can't show them both on stream. I don't know. Like I don't know. But do you guys think I should multi-stream or just keep it at YouTube? Because I think one time I did run a poll and almost everybody just said keep it on YouTube. But I don't know. Let me ask in person here. Brian's new dishwasher, I bet $50. What, for the maximum Spidey? David's film God. Oh, for the existing blue. Yeah, I mean, I think it was on sale during Black Friday time for like 22 or 23, wasn't it? Like at Best Buy? It wasn't Amazon. It was either Amazon or Best Buy. It wasn't like at the fan channels that sell toys. It was like at the place that you wouldn't expect toys, which is Best Buy and Amazon. Cover your ears. But again, I also think that it was actually rather cool that they kind of talked a little bit about the toy photography and the diorama photography, because it's actually that guy that was in that last video by Ahsoka the Geek that gives us this, the promo photos whenever something's going to go up for pre-order, including Power Girl herself. This is the official Power Girl photo. And I didn't just subliminally lick my lips just now. I just caught myself. I just drank water, all right? That's why I did that. That's why I did it. Shut up. Anyways. I'm still pre-ordering. And, yeah, going live tomorrow. I believe it's like 9 a.m. Pacific for us, West Coast, and then East Coast, 12 p.m. It's typically when they go live. What was I going to say, though? But yeah, he's the one that takes these photos here. I'm imagining that we're going to get much more photos for like the accessories, official product stuff when the pre-orders go live tomorrow. But on top of that, I think one of those photos that was, I think, leaked in a very low-res kind of style, I think it was like Entertainment Nerd. Like someone on the inside of Entertainment Nerd showed a little bit of the variant that's going to be included in those Entertainment Nerd cases. Like if people got in 4K. But the variant looks like it's a version. Let me see if I could find it here. It's like a version where she's going to have like a jacket on. It looks all right, but I'm not like... jacket, Power Girl. Yeah, this version. I think. Although I think this is a fan. Oh, here we go. This is better. People are saying that this might actually be the variant here. It's going to be this one. Because one of those Entertainment Earth photos. In fact, let me see. I could have sworn I saw it on the Reddit. Check the Reddit. Where's the Reddit? Dick. Dark Elector. You. What do the kids like to say these days? You know ball. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's put... I want to put new, but at the same time, I feel like I need to go all the way to yesterday. I think it was yesterday that I saw this post where somebody... It was like a leaked photo of what the platinums for the pre-orders for tomorrow are going to be. But they're like super blurry. Very low res. It's almost like they had to like do it on... Oh, here we go. Found them. It's up on Reddit. This one right here. And judging by the white background with the blue, labeling that says McFarlane, the item number, UPC number, if I'm not mistaken, this is Entertainment Earth. Somebody leaked it from Entertainment Earth. And this is the 3, and you can see very, very small hints at the platinums. Guy Gardner looks like he's just going to be sporting the blue jacket instead of the green one. Captain Cole looks like they're doing some like freeze effect to his face. I don't know what else they're changing. I really cannot tell from that very small picture. With Power Girl, though, it looks like they're going for that jacket look, which is like, okay, that's kind of cool, like a legit alternate outfit, even though the majority of the outfit's going to be the same, except I think she actually has leggings, so her legs are not going to be as exposed, but at the same time, who would want that? Oh, Name is Strong, you're in the UK, so yeah, if it just got released, then okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it did go on sale around Black Friday, Christmas time here in the US, and it was like $7 off. I think it was like 23 instead of 30 at Best Buy and Amazon. But if you live in the UK and it barely came out, then yeah, you're gonna have to wait a little while. Hey, Curtis Joseph, welcome to the stream. I am literally an official CT Toys guy. Ever so often, I kind of want to look up CT Toys and see if I could maybe get at least one figure to dip my toe in. Not in the figure, but like in the company and in the brand, and see exactly what people are talking about. Because it looks like there's a little bit of a rise on CT Toys. That I'm like, as a content creator, should I at least make like at least one video involving CT Toys to see exactly what I'm talking about? Like, I finally got my first CT Toys. This is what I found out. This is how it compares to Marvel Legends, yada yada. What do you guys think? That does legitimately sound like a good video idea, but I don't know. I haven't fully sold myself on it yet. Just stopping by to check up. I gotta go. Hopefully I'll stop by again. All right, Jordan. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. Polish Tank, welcome to the stream. I got the blue for 17 and Amazon with the coupon for $6. There you go. Yeah, that was the sale that I saw. My definitive Batman is Bat Nace or Bat and Bat Glider. I actually have to pick that up. The Bat with the Bat Glider, the Amazon exclusive. I have it in my save for later list, and it's still on there. It's still in stock. Still regular price. I was kind of scared that it was gonna run out because it's an Amazon exclusive, but no, it's still up. So one of these days, I'll pull the trigger on it if I have like the money, the expendable income, and the time to review it. Because I gotta that, and I need to go to storage and pull out DC Rebirth Batman because I can kind of tell that it's utilizing the same tooling and buck from the DC Rebirth Batman, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, just checking my messages real quick. Oh God. Some potentially breaking news-ish. Potential breaking news Well, it's not really breaking news, but hold on, let me pull it up here real quick. Well, actually, I'll save it for the end here because there's one major thing that I do want to talk about though. Oh, perfect! It's right here on my front of my face. So the next topic that I for sure wanted to tackle after was it Saturday the 18th? When was the 18th? Saturday, yes. So after being a little bit on the silent side, guess who decided to have a little bit of an event over in good old Tokyo, Japan? Inart. Not just with their 1/6 scale stuff, also tackling some of the stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline in the 1/6 scale, from Lord of the Rings to a couple of other stuff, including Ben Affleck's Batman. But here's the reason for why I don't really want to talk about that stuff, is because they showed some slides and also the Walking Dead figures, which I actually managed to record some footage for at an exclusive Inart event that I was invited to at San Diego Comic-Con, and I was able to capture some of the stuff that they had on display. Amongst there, they had the Walking Dead stuff, some of the Michael Jackson stuff, Lord of the Rings stuff, and those Walking Dead figures were also kind of touched upon in a slide, but then in a separate slide, they also said that they're working on a Ben Affleck Batman from BVS and a Wonder Woman Gal Gadot figure from BVS. However, the reason for why I didn't feel too terribly compelled to want to talk about them is because in those slides, you can blatantly tell that all they did was just took cutouts of the actors in costume from the movie and just kind of, it was like a mock-up, and I'm like, this is something you show in a meeting internally, not to the public. So I don't know, like, just announce it. Just announce it instead of showing it in a very crude manner where I'm like, that's not something you show to the public. I don't know. The optics, just, I get the intention of what they were trying to do to kind of demonstrate what the accessories are going to be, but optically it just didn't look too great, if I'm being quite honest. What did capture my attention though was this Instagram post, where here it says, "We're coming to Tokyo tomorrow." This was on the 17th. "This is your last chance to join us for an incredible event." Obviously, couldn't really, do that because this is in Japan. "Collectors who purchase the VIP ticket will also receive a Morphig Batman The Dark Knight Rises figure. Get your tickets here. Figure will be shipped at a later date." Now, what figure are they talking about? Well, Morphig is Inart's division that's going to be tackling 1/12 scale. So 1/6 scale is obviously your big premium stuff that's, about a foot tall, meant to be hyper realistic, something to compete with Hot Toys. 1/12 is meant to be half of that goes down to about 6 inches. That's meant to compete with the likes of maybe Figuarts, Mafex, and I guess from a certain perspective, you could also argue it's meant to tackle McFarlane. Some of these figures I actually did sort of cover a little bit at that San Diego event, that same San Diego event that I mentioned. Not only did they show some of the 1/6 scale stuff, but also some of the 1/12. I recorded some footage. I talked about it a little bit in a separate video to kind of give my thoughts and opinions of witnessing these figures firsthand. And at this Tokyo event, we also got some more coverage. This is over at Pop Collectibles' official Instagram account. And it's in this Instagram account where they were able to showcase some of these photos courtesy of Isaac Wong Toys. So let's see if he doesn't have his thing privated. He doesn't. But see, there's a lot of Tokyo stuff. Probably gonna take a while to get to the Inart stuff. Yeah, I have no clue where the Inart stuff went. But this was courtesy of this account. So okay, like he mentioned here, this is on Pop Collectibles things, but at the same time, the photo credit goes over to Isaac Wong Toys. So full credit to him. They showed a much more dynamic pose of that sweet, sweet Arkham Origins Batman. The figure that we're over here hoping that McFarlane will tackle, because a lot of people still want McFarlane to do some kind of 7-inch DC Multiverse Arkham Origins figure. They did a little bit of the Arkham series before with City, Asylum, and even Knight. And then recently they kind of dipped their toes back into the Arkhamverse with a prestige golden accidented version of the Arkham Knight. But now all of us are thinking, well, what about Origins? What about the bastard child that is Arkham Origins. But in the meantime, if you're looking for something a little bit more on the premium side, we're going to have Arkham Origins Batman here in the 1/12 scale from Inart / Morphig with a bit more of articulation, but a bit more on the tailoring and the detail for the suit. You guys saw some photos that I've shared personally, but here we have a slightly more close look, courtesy of Isaac Wong Toys. That's the Arkham Origins right there. Looking good. A bit more on the expressive of the face, looking kind of badass. You see the cape kind of tailoring right here. It does look like it's a fabric felt cape. And overall, it's looking pretty nice. Right in front of him, though, accessories. Now, I think this is the first time that we're seeing accessories. Because I think when I saw these figures over at San Diego, they did not have any accessories showcased. They didn't. So, this is kind of neat. Look at how many hands. Look at how many hands. That's what? So, he's got what? 2 on him, the fists. But then you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 hands total. 14 hands total. 2 batarangs, an alternate neutral head. The sonar batarang, which is that spiraling one right there. It looks like it's a grenade or a bomb of some kind there at the bottom. You have the electroshock gloves that you take out the electrocutioner. The explosive gel gun, the decryptor, and then you have the grapple, and then the sticky bomb thrower. I can't remember what is this, a zip liner? This one here in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see, but this one here, I don't know if my cursor, and then a separate hand that's gonna come with the little spool for the zip line. Like, that's quite a bit. Big Rib, welcome to the stream. Yeah, like, this is a lot. Like I said, we're teetering on Mafex Figure Arts territory with this. And then next to him was, well, I don't know if it was next to him, but also on the same table, Batman Who Laughs. So they're not just doing video game stuff, they're also going to be doing comic stuff from Dark Knight's Metal. But again, unlike San Diego, accessories. Metal chains, die-cast chains right there with the little sickles and the weapons, all bloodied up and decked out. A separate head with the open mouth right there and the teeth. That looks awesome. That actually does look cool. And the different hands. I don't know how many hands this is gonna be though. We can't, because here you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if there's like a 9th and a 10th over here where John Cena is. But this is already starting to shoot up as far as anticipated figures from Morphig. No fabric felt as far as the tailoring of the suit, but still some pretty decent detail from what I remember seeing on the prototype in San Diego. So it looks like maybe they beefed up a little bit of the coloring on the inside here. This is probably going to be another must-have from me. Devastator. It's basically Batman as Doomsday or other way around. With a little diorama piece. Some more hands, although they're gonna, since he's a much bigger figure, I feel like they're gonna cut back on the hands right there a little bit. So only 4 additional hands, but then the alternate screaming head. Okay. Reverse Flash or Dark Flash, I think he is. Okay, again, I'm not. There's so many speedsters in Flash. I just can't keep track of them, but. More little diorama pieces and extra hands that I didn't see before. Looking a little bit more like the 2017 Power Rangers. That corrupted Green Lantern Batman. Again with another diorama piece. And I think there's hands down here, but got a little cut off by the photo. I think there's like 4 additional hands there. A bit, well, before we get to him, a bit more shading because he looked a little drier. When I saw him in San Diego, here it looks like we got some more metallic colorings, so it's good to see that they filled that out. Nuke Dragon, welcome to the stream. What brand is that? Morphig. which is owned by Inart. It's a subsidiary of Inart. And if you guys are familiar with Inart, they're doing like the 1/6 scale stuff. And then, of course, as touched upon before, they're doing a 1/12 6-inch Dark Knight Rises Bale Batman. That's looking... It's funny because this looks cool, but at the same time, I feel like we've been down this road before with the Mafex. So that's why it doesn't feel so like, oh my god. But at the same time, it looks quality. Don't get me wrong. I like the cape. I like the proportions, the separation of the panels, detailing. But it just, I guess the familiarity sets in because it feels like we kind of been here with Mafex. And that alternate Bale head sculpt is not too shabby. For 1/12, which is only going to be about that big. And imagine head swapping it for any of your McFarlanes, which I might have to test out. Selena Kyle, Catwoman from Dark Knight Rises, which is a peculiar choice, but it does look well done as far as, like I said, sculpting, texture work on the suit. They didn't... I saw in an alternate post, I'm going to have to look it up, but there was an alternate post where it showed her accessories, and she comes with a different hair accessory to attach on the back that's not in action. Like, it's neutral. So that's cool, along with, like, the different hands, and I think she also comes with, like, the clean slate tablet. Oh, no. She comes... Strangely, she comes with the broken mask that Bane peels off, and I'm like... Either that's weirdly inaccurate, or is Morphic hinting at a Bane figure? And then they're also doing the Wulong. I mean, not the Wulong. The Wukong stuff. Black Myth Wukong with the different accessories, the hands. And if I was a bigger fan of the game, I would look at this and be like, yo. Prototype right there, unpainted. I think some more characters from Black Myth. That definitely from Black Myth. More prototypes, unpainted prototypes. And then, of course, the Bruce Lee figure. They're also doing a 1/12 Bruce Lee, which, again, sculpting-wise, in terms of getting that likeness down, that's pretty legit. And the tailoring of the suit, if I was a Bruce Lee fan, I would definitely be eyeing this thing like, yo. Maurice Phillip, welcome to the stream. Floda. There's more flashes than there are Robins. Seriously. Red Death. Okay, you guys are saying in the chat that's Red Death. Yeah, like I said, I can't keep track of all these. And then the alternate tank top Bruce Lee. They even got the proportions of his physique down. This guy over here like, what are you doing? And I think that's it for the photos. Like I said, I could have sworn that there was a different batch of photos that showed Catwoman's... Unless I have it on my saved. Where's my saved? Oh, you know what? I might be right. Nope, no, I'm not. Thought it was. I'm not. Oh, well, kinda. Not really. Damn it. Kinda, but not really. I found a different post from someone else sharing some photos. I don't know if they were there personally. Speaking Spanish, Luis El Coleccionista. A different angle of the Arkham Origins Batman with the Bruce Lee, the accessories. But right here on the left, that's Catwoman. And you can see right there that she's got the pistol, more hand accessories, different goggles. But I saw a different photo that showed her with the torn mask from Dark Knight Rises. So it does exist. Diminity, thank you for the compliments. Welcome to the stream. Namestron, thank you for dropping by. See you later. Yeah, I don't know where that post went. Unless I have it saved elsewhere. Let me see if I have it. I think I actually might have it on my Facebook. That's probably the reason why. Nope, It's the same photos from before. All right. All right. Well, I have no idea. Maybe it might have been on Reddit. Do you collect mostly 1/6 or 1/12? I guess between the two, mostly 1/12 because 1/6 can get pretty damn expensive. Have there been any clues to pricing of these figures? Good thing you asked, Maurice, because there's actually a separate post from the Inart Facebook group that I saved that I knew was integral to tackle during the stream. Let me actually take a swig of water here because I'm getting dry. But yeah, between 1/6 and 1/12, definitely 1/12 because it's cheaper. Sometimes for the premium stuff is still not the greatest, especially when it comes to prosumer stuff like Mayfix and Figure Arts. But I know that for at least 150 to 200 bucks, I could get maybe like 3 or 4 of those scale figures instead of just one 6th scale figure. And even then, it pushes it to like 250 at best. Or for 250, I can get like 4 or 5. Speaking of which, as far as pricing, someone, a good Samaritan, Bisho, I think it's in Chinese, but it says Bisho here, took it upon themselves to make a Q&A summary of the Inart and Morphig Tokyo event. So kudos to whoever this is, posting it on the Facebook group. I'm not going to cover everything, just the stuff that stood out to me as far as like, yo. Here's a summary of the Q&A. Not everything went as planned, but it was very promising. Inart plans to announce or release at least 15 pieces by the end of 2025. Morphig plans to announce or release at least 15 pieces in 2025. Morphig will price $60 to $100 depending on accessories. So my prediction, at least, and I think a couple of others, ended up being correct. They're tackling the market by Mayfix and Figure Arts because that's generally how much they sell their figures for. And sometimes they go for about 60 or 70 overseas if you're importing, or close to about 100 if you're getting them from a fan channel here in the States like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. Morphig will focus on figures, no plans for Bat Cycle or mobiles. Okay, honestly, that's fine. Maybe later down the line, but right now, yeah, I would say just focus on the figures. Some Dune stuff, Lord of the Rings stuff. You guys can look that up if you want to. Although I'm pretty intrigued at the fact that they are gonna tackle the adult version of Harry Potter as opposed to just sticking with the kids versions. But that naturally makes sense. So let me scroll a little ahead here. The Dark Knight. Batman, Catwoman scheduled for 2025 ? I don't know what the question mark means. Heath Ledger, Joker 2.0. On the 1/6? Another one? As much as I love Heath Ledger's Joker, there's times where I'm like, guys, give it a rest. And I'm talking to both Inart and Hot Toys and J&D. Like, guys, just take a break. We're hitting saturation points. Jason's Electric, welcome to the stream. I would like your thoughts on the Storm Collectibles Earthquake. I don't really collect Storm Collectibles. It's like the fighting game stuff, right? We need a cheaper 1/6 scale Batman Beyond figure that will happen anytime soon. Floyd, are you referring to the Mondo? Because ever so often, Mondo, I'm like, they look cool in photography, but when you handle them, they really do feel like blown up Marvel Legends. And you're like, 220 for this? It should be like 150, maybe 160. But 220, 200 plus? It's a little sketchy. So yeah, the Joker 2.0, I'm like, what? Plans for release after making many different figures and gaining experience. Take time to make the best ones. Okay. Morphig 112 Joker plans to produce. They plan to make a 112 Joker, naturally, to go with the Bale Batman. Come on. This next one's funny. Joker 2 will not be released. They jumped off that ship quick. Can't blame them. BVS, as I mentioned at the beginning with that slideshow that had the cutouts, Batman, Wonder Woman in production to be announced in 2025. Justice League will not be scheduled within 2025, so maybe 26. Walking Dead. What was that? What was that accent? Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Terminator. I'm skipping Wukong because we already, stuff. You guys could look that up. Michael Jackson as the white suit. They're tackling that. That would be pretty iconic, though, for people who like to collect that stuff. Keanu Reeves type lineup? Matrix is in planning and design. Honestly, wouldn't mind a Neo from Reloaded, who's got the new suit with the glasses. To me, I know that the first movie is iconic, but there's something about Neo's look in Reloaded that I personally prefer. And I wouldn't say no to a 1/6 scale Neo from that movie with modern sensibilities, because I think Hot Toys did do one, but like 10 years ago, so that needs a refinement. John Wick is not likely to be licensed, because Hot Toys has it. Bruce Lee, 1/6 and 112 to be announced in 2025. Marvel, not for the time being, concentrate on what is planning now. Something tells me that Marvel's like, you're doing DC. Fuck you. Same thing right here. Star Wars, not for the time being. Constantine was been planning. Yeah, because this. Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, that's why. So yeah, there's a rough breakdown there, and there's some photos here. Some of the Game of Thrones stuff, but I really, really hope that they showed. It's mostly the ones that I hear from people that own the Paul Atreides that it's actually pretty good. That's interesting. And the Aragorn. I believe this is a statue, not a figure. Oh my god, this looks much better. Look at the detail. Oh, I'm getting hard. There we go. Much cleaner look at those accessories. The daggers with the blood on them. The half moons, the sickle. Dark Collector, who's Tweeterhead? By Maurice Philip Morphig is the 112th. Oh, this is much better. And then you have a brief look at the accessories for the Bale Batman, including mouth plates. From what I can tell there on the side. Oh, that's much better. And we've seen prototypes of this guy before, but little by little, it's looking like they're getting it down to the final, that final look. There she is. Oh, can you not see more of her? No. You can kind of see it right here at the bottom left corner. The accessories are kind of blurred out, but you can see that alternate hair piece, I think an alternate head without the goggles, and then that broken mask. So there it is right there. Dark Collector. But yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about right there. Arkham Origins. You can even see a little bit of the stubble. Yeah, I really want this. I genuinely do. Say what you want about Inart Morphig. I really do want this. Some of the Wukong stuff, unpainted and painted. I like the mask though, and the fire effect. Bruce Lee, not that not big into collecting Bruce Lee figures, but I have to give him kudos that looks mighty nice. And I believe that's it. And this is the outside of the building where they held the event in Tokyo, so that's pretty cool. It's actually kind of similar to how they did it at San Diego, except San Diego's can be a bit of a trash heap in certain respects. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I just hope that maybe going forward we can get a little bit better communication with Inart, because like I said, there was a time where me and a representative from Inart, we were actually talking. It's actually because of the reason that we were talking that I managed to secure, you know, the allocations, and were able to set up me going to that event at the San Diego Comic-Con, during San Diego Comic-Con. And after that, we were going to try to stay in touch to see how I can maybe have like an interview or cover more of these figures, but it's gotten a little silent in that respect. So I'm hoping that we can kind of reconvene, because the communication with with Inart/Morphig is a little strange, especially when I see them say things like people who buy the VIP ticket will be entered to win a free Dark Knight Rises Batman 1/12 Morphic figure. And I'm over here like, dude, it's not even up for pre-order. You're barely even showcasing the prototype on the table, and you're already announcing that you're going to give them away. I'm like, you're counting your chickens before they hatch sort of situation. So I'm hoping that communication with Morphig and Inart overall is better, because, of course, you have the problems that were happening with Inart as far as shipping figures from before, like Batman, Aragorn, Gandalf, Pennywise, the Joker 4 set. Recently, Paul Atreides apparently has been coming out very quickly, but it's been a little scattershot, scattershot as far as the QC problems. Some people are reporting some issues with the figure. Some people are reporting getting the wrong version of the figure. Some people ordered the sculpted and got the rooted, which you would think is cool, but at the same time, some people would legitimately prefer sculpted because they don't want to deal with the implanted hair, and they get the rooted and they're like, I didn't want this. What the hell? And then people who ordered the rooted get the sculpted. And I'm like, now I'm scared that we're getting the inverse problem. They're not taking forever. Now they're coming out quickly, but quality shit. And I'm like, I don't want this to happen to Morphic, because I'm liking these prototypes, but when it comes to mass production, I'm still cautiously optimistic, or optimistically cautious about how they're going to release this all in very widespread portions over there at Morphig/Inart. So time will tell, but here's to hoping that things will clean up a little bit. Hey! Dark Collector, thank you for the super chat. I don't have any alerts or anything like that for super chats, but I appreciate for the $5 super chat. Here's $5 for you to saying your best Batman voice on Batman. Well, which Batman did you want? Christian Bale? Pattinson? Maybe a little bit of Conroy? There's something that Conroy does that I'm like, I try to do it, but I don't know how well I do it. Tweeterhead is also a big time statue bust seller. Ah, interesting. I really don't need to get into any more lines, but these are very tempting. Yeah, I mean, the prototypes are looking good, but at the same time, like I said, those mass production situations that ever so often they can find themselves in, I'm like, oh, God, guys. I'm waiting for Dark Collector to let me know which preference he wants. Whatever $5 gets me. I usually don't get super chats, so I might just say screw it and be like, I'm gonna give you quite a few of them. What the hell? What is this? Oh. So obviously the typical one that everybody likes to do, Bale Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Okay. And that's a lot considering that I'm losing my voice right now after an hour and a half of speaking. But then there's Pattinson, who's more of a dark whisper. I'm Batman. I'm vengeance. And then Conroy kind of does something like this. Something where he kind of pinches a few of the vocal cords on the inside. It's like you know that it's a trap. I know. You know, he does that a little bit. You know, he does that thing. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You know, he does that. Where not too long ago, I saw the clip of the animated series where he thinks he sees his dad's ghost, and he's like, it's just like, no, I'm not a failure. I'm not a disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Batman. Something like that. Because you have to pinch the vocal cords. But I know that I'm probably going to regret this later. That's actually a good bail. What about Keaton? I'm Batman. With Keaton, is you could just whisper it, have it be a little nasally, and it's quick. It's like, I want you to tell all your friends about me. Who are you? I'm Batman. That's it. It's quick. It's just like, you get the point, out of there. Now, if you want to do Clooney, that's pretty easy. Hey, Freeze. I'm Batman. Okay, now before I lose my voice, I do want to tackle one last minute piece of breaking news. It's not really breaking news, but I just saw it pop up on my Twitter feed via good old Paternia. I love Paternia. It's because of Paternia that I'm able to not miss out on certain pre-orders like this upcoming one. Ace H Figure Arts, Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Noir, and Spider-Ham. This was already teased and announced by Figure Arts before, but now finally we have the pre-order launch this Friday, January 24th. Now, because it's based in Japan, and sometimes these things go up on pre-order on like Hobby Link Japan and Hobby Genki, I have no idea if this is going to go live like Friday morning or if it's like early Friday morning, like midnight for me, and it ends up being Thursday night-ish. So I'll have to keep tabs. General retail here in the USA, web shop exclusive in Japan. What does that mean? Web shop. But yeah, according to Paternia, this guy's going up for pre-order finally. Still a little suspect on the coat, but considering that I am in the process of trying to get Spider-Man India from Figure Arts, and I know that we have Peter B. Parker coming out pretty soon. He's up already for pre-order. You know, as the creator of these things, as a content creator based on the figures, I kind of have to get it. I do like that he comes with the bonus head for Spider-Ham, like a worried look. That's actually pretty dope. I like that. So that's pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, comes with that, the mallet. And it looks like you can kind of swap out a little bit of that. You can do the different hand. Wow. So he's not articulated, but you can swap out the hands on Ham. That's kind of sick. That's actually a little bit better than what they did before with, I think it was Mafex, to be honest. And most definitely Marvel Legends. So, yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty awesome. I thought it was just going to be this, and that's it. That actually might have to be a bit of a pickup. Interesting. Spider Pig. Yeah, the Spider Pig or Spider Ham. Not looking too shabby. Best $5 I ever spent. But thank you, Dark Elector. I normally don't get super chats, but yeah, that was really well appreciated. That's why I don't even have an alert set up. So trying to get the Sentinel Spider-Gwen that comes with a really cool Spider-Ham. And yeah, and Sentinel, and then speaking of Spider-Noir, I'm interested in getting the Sentinel Spider-Noir. And maybe when this Figure Arts comes out, do a comparison between that, the Legends, and the Noir. I'm sorry, the Sentinel. Do a review of all three, or a comparison of all three. Because I know that people are probably going to want to check that out. And there we go. Managed to get all the topics covered. And yeah, tomorrow is stacking up to be quite eventful. That is kind of insane because obviously we have the McFarlane Collector's Editions going up for pre-order at 9. I believe at 10, the Microsoft Developer Direct or Developer Conference, whatever they're calling it, that happens at 10. I don't know if I'll watch it live. I'll probably watch it after I wake up because whenever McFarlane puts figures up for pre-order, I wake up, pre-order if I have to, depending on where I pre-order, either Amazon or the McFarlane Toy Store or Big Red Toy Store, whatever. Get it done, and then go right back to bed and try to sleep for like another hour and a half-ish, and then wake up. So we'll see. So chances are I'm probably going to watch that Microsoft thing during breakfast. But you have that, and then what else was happening? There was something else happening tomorrow. By the time I wake up, even for the pre-order, this is going to happen too. Oscar nominations are announced tomorrow. So some of the big Oscar-buzzed movies are probably going to get their dues or get snubbed tomorrow. There's bound to be some snubs. So I'm intrigued to see what makes the cut. So you have those three things. That's interesting. And then at night, that Spider-Man Noir figure might go up for pre-order. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm making pancakes tomorrow. I'm tempted to make pancakes. So we'll see how that unfolds. But yeah, I got a quite eventful, and I'm almost certain that something else is happening on the 23rd. And then on Friday, something is happening as well, but I can't remember what it was. Like something was labeled for the 24th, but Oh, Big I guess for those who are interested, I'm not. But yeah, Big Red Winter Soldier Artisan Edition from Hot Toys is going up for pre-order tomorrow. Well, good luck to them. I saw those photos. I'm sorry, but did their elite sculptor quit or something? Because that doesn't look like Sebastian Stan. It doesn't. Definitely going to try to grab that Power Girl and Captain Cold tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to try to get that Power Girl. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do a short on her. Well, I'm definitely going to make content on her. I just haven't decided if it's just going to be a short or if I'm going to do a full-on review. Granted, if I do a full review, I'm definitely going to bring out of storage the Collector's Edition Wonder Woman and put them next to each other to compare to see how much of the retooling or reuse was handled there. But I'll say this though, that Winter Soldier, from a certain angle, point of view, looks more like Sebastian Stan than that goddamn Human Torch looks like Chris Evans. Which is what leads me to believe that their lead sculptor quit or something. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's making me a little nervous for Hot Toys. I'm like, entering 2025 after these two, I'm like, I think I might have to pause. Like, just keep whatever I have on pre-order, and then that's it. Don't pre-order anything too new, because and if anything, they haven't really. I think the last figure that I'm looking at and going, I really want to pre-order this, but I'm trying to be a bit more financially stable, and then when I feel comfortable putting down that non-refundable deposit, I'll do it. It's probably the Returns Keaton Batman, the 2.0 of the Returns version. And that was like 2-3 months ago. Since then, there's been a bunch of releases that I'm like, either I look at it and go, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm good for now. Or I'm like, what is this? Like the Chris Evans Human Torch. Like, or the David Beckham Human Torch. Really? Really, Dark Collector? Let's celebrate. How do I celebrate your thing? You can't do that? Because it says, let's celebrate the 20th Super on a live stream. 20th? Oh, 20th in general. Like, just in general. Okay. Happy 20th Super Chat. Not on my channel, though. How dare you? Go ahead and heart that. The Super Chat is a little nudge nudge. Please do a full review of Wonder Woman. I mean, it's looking like that's going to be the business. But thank you for the $5 Super Chat. I might have to generate an alert. I don't even have any proper like overlays on OBS, but that's because, like I said, I don't really make live streaming a terribly regular thing. Like last week, I didn't do a stream, not necessarily because I didn't want to, but because I only had like 2 or 3 topics. But thank God I waited, because then as the week went on, we had the Morphig Inart stuff, we had the Marvel Legends stream, a couple of other stuff came down the pipeline, and I was like, all right, now I have a full show. But yeah, that's why I try to do at least weekly on Wednesdays or Tuesdays, somewhere around there. I am, however, in the midst of starting a new job, so if streams start to get a little scattered, that's probably why. But we'll see how that goes. And honestly, that's a perfect little segue to kind of call it, because, yeah, I am losing my voice. But we managed to tackle all the topics, so I feel like I said this is as good a time as any to go ahead and call it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Oh man, I need to give my voice a rest, and I think I need to run a quick errand over to Target, maybe? Maybe. It's a big fat maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Dark Collector, again, thank you for the 2 $5 super chats and for joining the stream. What the hell is this? Okay. Big Rib, Flota, Maurice Phillip. Who else was here? Scrolling up. Jason's Electric, Diminity, Chemi, I think that's how you pronounce it. Brian's New Dishwasher, Namestron, Polish Tank, Godslayer, Jordan Wheeler, aka Angry Ninja, Curtis Joseph. Who else was here? Holy shit, has the stream really been going for that long that I can't actually see who else was here? That's crazy. Yeah, because it doesn't really want to scroll higher up. It's actually kind of getting sticky. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other names right here, but I'm pretty certain if I missed you, I'm sorry. Like I said, I can't see anymore on the chat right there. But everybody who tuned into the stream, like I said, we managed to cover all topics and even a bonus one there at the end that wasn't part of the plan. But it's interesting, and I'll be keeping tabs. Like I said, I'll probably be trying to get that Power Girl tomorrow. Interesting to see how that goes. And if you guys... Oh, and Comic Guy, who is also part of the McFarlane Toys Discord. I will be tuning in tonight to the Roast and Toast. Or Toast and Roast. Roast and Toast is double toasted. Toast and Roast is McFarlane. That's how you get by on copyright. But yeah, I will be tuning in because I do have a submission, but also because McFarlane doesn't really stream too much stuff, and never so often I like to catch him live, so I will be checking that out. So I might be popping into the chat to see how that goes. That's at 5:30 my time, 8:30 Eastern, so I might be catching that in the next hour and a half or so. I just, like I said, I'm running out of... you hit a ton of stuff, bro. Thank you, Chewy. I think I did see your comment earlier about how do I keep myself motivated to do reviews. To answer your question, I mean, ever so often I do feel a little bit of that burnout, but I just try to like block certain times of the day where this hour I'm just going to edit and that's it. And then on this hour, I'm just going to film B-roll but not edit. So that way I'm not going back and forth and overlapping myself. And then at the end of the night, I'm either just watching some show or playing a video game and not doing anything about this stuff. It's all about that pacing to keep this stuff cleansed. And then, of course, talking about the figures that I genuinely want to talk about. You know, stuff that you can't get sick of. In my case, Batman and Spider-Man. So those are like the ingredients or the elements that keep that happening. But hopefully that answered your question. And again, thank you for dropping by. Florida, good stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. And that about does it for me. So again, yeah, what happened to my stream thingy? Is it gone? Did it end it? Oh, it's still live. Okay, I don't know what happened. Anyways, I'm ending the stream, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.